Hey guys, this is Allie, and today I'm going to be going over the 6 Stars restaurant template. What's so cool about this template is that you're not just getting a single page website, you're getting a full website with the ability to click to these different sections and get your own website. So right here, what I'm going to go over for you is what you'll be getting. So this is the Broadway template, 6 Stars restaurant, but our faux Broadway template. Right here is the header, and if I scroll down, I'll give you a little brief of what to expect in each section. So this is the welcome section, and here we have the locations, feature with food, and then the kitchen. So this from here to here is what we'll consider the welcome page. So this divider right here, this isn't actually supposed to be in the website. This is to show you how you can link each of these pages separately into a different. So when you click on it, it's a different URL, which I'll be going over after I just kind of briefly go over this first part. So here's the menu page with appetizers, juicy burgers, entrees. This looks delicious. You can see that this menu is so easy to keep adding additional rows so that you can add as much entrees and food as you want. Here's sweet desserts. Same thing, same menu. And now here's a divider that shows you that this would be considered the reservations page. So when you'd click on this, it would take you to the reservations. And again, these dividers, you don't actually want them in your website. They're just to show you how you can split up the single page into multiple pages. We keep going down. Here's an open table widget. So what this is it enables you to copy your HTML embed code from open table and paste it right in here so that people can make reservations straight from your website. Special events. And then we go on to the press page. So again, here's a divider that will take you to a separate press page. Here we go. Here's the sections. Click to read more. Burgers. We have about 6 press sections for you to put any of your highlights that you've been featured in. Awesome. The last one. Cool. And then here we go to the locations page. Look at that beautiful background. Here is an embed of a map if you have for your different locations that you have. And again, if you don't have this many locations, you can just hide it in the page builder and lead pages. Public relations, ability to contact. And then here's a separate divider for the footer. So this section right here will be on each of the pages. So as you can see, I kind of went through the entire website, what to expect from getting this. So why this is such an amazing template is it can be multiple pages or a single page. So say we want a single page, we can keep it as is, and you can hide these sections in the page builder. And as you click on the different links up here, it just scrolls you straight to that section, which is pretty beautiful. But what I want to do first with you, because I kind of want to get it out of the way, because I want you to stay interested and I want you to keep listening to this tutorial because it's very, very helpful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to link these separate pages into a multi-page website. And then I'm going to show you how to use this control panel where you can completely change the backgrounds of these with images that we've handpicked for you that are high-res, big, awesome images. And I'm going to go over how to use a drag and drop, how to use a background, how to change the animations. And then this is, of course, where you can find the video that you're watching right now. But first, let's go over how, instead of keeping this as a single page website, let's make this a multi-page full website, which is badass. And this is a beautiful website that can be used for anything even more than restaurants. So what I'm going to show you right now is this is what we're going for. So when I say a multi-page site, this is what I mean. Here's the welcome page. When I click on menu, it gives us the menu. And that's it. When I click on reservations, it gives us the reservations page. and that's it. When I click on press, it gives us the press page, and that's it. When I click on locations, it gives us all the locations, and that's it. So that's what we're going for here, is this multi-page site. So let's kind of jump into how we can do that. So what I'm going to do first is, right now I have the website loaded into the page builder. But right now all this is the welcome page. But what I did, I'll go through this. We're going to fold all of these different sections up so you can see it, so it's a lot easier. If you look over here to the left where I'm clicking, you can see that I hid every other section other than the welcome page. Keep going. This is a big website, so this is going to take a little bit of time, but I really want you to make the most out of this template, because it's really a template that can set you apart from your competition. So as you can see, I have the social footer 1 and footer 2 section still on. So this will be on every single page, so that will always be visible. And then I have the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sections still on. So this is the welcome page. You can edit it as you want, but I'm going to go over that stuff later. So what I want you to do first is I want you to create a naming structure for naming these pages. And what I mean by that is, when I click on welcome, as you can see right here, I have the name of this page, Broadway 1. And why I named it that is because it's Broadway, the name of the website, and this is the first page. And then for this, we haven't created the menu page yet, but I'm automatically going to make that URL Broadway 2. And then for reservations, Broadway 3. For the next page link, Broadway 4. The next page link, Broadway 5. And why I'm doing it like this is because what we have to do is we have to create each one of these pages separately in a different instance and publish and save them and publish them all. And then we have to put all of these links on all 5 separate pages. So since we haven't created Broadway 2 yet, I just want an easy way for us to remember what it is. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy this URL just so I have it on our clipboard. I'm going to save this. Save. Awesome. Lead pages saved. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit out of here. I'm going to go to the template. These are pre-made, so I'm going to show you how I do this. I'm going to go to Broadway 2. Because I don't want to take up all of your time. I just really want to show you how to link pages to create a multi-page website instead of just a single landing page. Okay, so here we have Broadway 2, which is loading. So in Broadway 2, what I did is I hid the header, I hid section 1, I hid feature 1, I hid section 2, I hid feature 2, I hid section 3, and I hid the divider 1. And when it says divider, the divider is this section here. I'll hide it for you. It's that declares it the menu page. We obviously don't want that on our website because we don't need it. There's no reason. So we're getting rid of it. All right, so here we have header 2, appetizers, feature 3, entrees, feature 3, entrees, feature 4, dessert. And then again, we have, if we scroll to the bottom, we have the social, the footer 1, and the footer 2. Social, footer 1, footer 2. So for this page, the menu page, all I have are these sections, and then I hid every other section while obviously keeping the menu bar. And then what we have to do on each page, we have to define the URL. So here we have Broadway 1, Broadway 2, Broadway 3, Broadway 4, Broadway 5. Cool. So then I'm going to save that, and I'm going to do the exact same thing for the reservations page, which now I'm creating the third page, which is the URL Broadway 3, which I have already created, but I strongly suggest that you stick to this naming pattern so it's easier for you to name all these URLs without having to kind of what did I name this page? What did I name this page? Just make it easy on yourself and do what I say. If you want, but do whatever you want. Okay, here's Broadway 3. So we're going to open this page. Whoop. Broadway 3. We're going to edit it. And then we're going to do the exact same thing as Broadway, as the first 2 pages. We're going to go through each section and hide what we don't want, keep visible what we do want, and we're going to name each of those links. So here you can see we have Broadway 1, Broadway 2, Broadway 3, Broadway 4, Broadway 5. So we have each of those named, and then I kept the menu bar visible, but then I hid the header, section 1, featured 1, section 2, feature 2, section 3, divider 1, header 2, appetizers, feature 3, entrees, feature 4, dessert, divider 2, and then I kept visible header 3, reservation, special events 1, feature 5, special events 2. You can see I hid this divider, which says press page, because that's for the next page. And then I kept visible the social section, footer 1 and footer 2, because we want those on each page. Cool. So then I'm going to save this. And since I already have these pre-saved, this is a big step. Since I already have these pre-saved, I don't have to rename them. I don't have to name them right here what they are because I already named them. So when you click save, it's going to ask you for the name, and what you type in the name is whatever is, let's say, so this would be Broadway 3. You type in whatever the ending of this URL is that you chose. Say your name of your restaurant is Lemon. This would be Lemon page 3. So then this would be Lemon 3. So make sure to name each of them that. So when you click save, you'd hit save, and then you name it Lemon 3. Cool. So now let's go on to Broadway, the 4th page. Broadway 4. Let's edit. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Cool. All right, so here we did the exact same thing. I kept menu bar visible. I hid all of these sections that are a little grayed out. And then I kept press 1, press 2, press 3, press 4, press 5, press 6. Hid the dividers. And then I kept social, footer 1, footer 2. So here you go. Here's the press page. And then I went through each of these linked, and I put the links. Broadway 1 for the welcome page. Menu was Broadway 2. Reservation, Broadway 3. Press, Broadway 4. And then the page we haven't yet created will be called Broadway 5. And then when I hit save, I'll click save. Since I already made this, it's already pre-named, but you'll name this page Broadway 4. Okay. Let's exit out of there. Now let's go to Broadway 5. Where are you, Broadway 5? Right there. Okay, so now we click edit and we go through the exact same steps. It's a little tedious, but it's definitely for sure, totally, absolutely, exceedingly worth it. Okay, so here we go. Here we go again. So menu bar, we keep visible, header, all of these sections that are grayed out, we keep those invisible because that's not part of the locations page. And then if we scroll down, I'll show you what is. So header 4, locations is the locations page, contact is part of the page, and then I hid out the divider right here because you can see that would just add footer at the bottom, which we don't need that to bind because it is what it is. And then I left the social footer 1 and footer 2 visible. I did these links again, so we have Broadway 1, Broadway 2, Broadway 3, Broadway 4, Broadway 5. Cool. And then when I saved this, I click save and I named it Broadway 5 because this is the 5th page. So that's about it for linking the pages. And then obviously so here I'm gonna exit out of this, and then I'm gonna show you, we're gonna go back to the original page. So we're gonna go back to page 1, which would be Broadway 1. I'm gonna click edit. And then exactly how you'd publish it, you'd publish the first page that you name. So you would publish after you make all your changes, you customize it, you do whatever you want, you're going to publish this page. And I'm just going to say, when it asks me how would you like to publish this page, I'm just going to say view page. So this is what I showed you originally. So this is the welcome page. This is the menu page, and you can see the URL up here. This is Broadway 2. Menu page. This is reservations page. This is the press page. This is the locations page. Okay, so now that we know how to link a multi-page site, what I want to show you is how to link for a single page site, how to go to different sections by clicking on these nav icons. So right now when you click welcome, it takes you to hashtag header. Now what this is the section of the section that is linking to. So in this case, if I click done and I come over to the left-hand side content, it's linking to this section header, which is right here. Now, if we click on the menu link, we see that we go to header 2. Now, if we go to the left-hand side content, and we find header 2, we see that, if we scroll down here so we can see it, we see that it takes us to the menu page. So what you can do in a single page site is you can select the section you want these links to travel to when people are on the single page. So say we go to press. Right now it has selected divider 2. However, in this case, I know that this isn't going to work because we have divider 2 hidden. If we come over here to left-hand side, the divider 2 is hidden. So what we're going to do for press is we're going to click this, and then we're going to link this to press 1. So right here is press 1. Now there's a couple things that you have to know. First, it can't be uppercase. So even though it's uppercase right here, you can't make it uppercase. So we do lowercase press, and then if there's a space, we put a hyphen, and then we do 1. So that should work. Locations, you see that it takes us to header hyphen 4. So if we go over here, it'll take us to right here. If I scroll down so we can see, it should take us to header 4, which is right there. So now if we save this page, and we publish it, and we click on view page, when we click menu, it takes us to that hashtag header 2, reservations, the header 3, press took us to that press 1, and locations takes us to locations. So that's about it. Just to kind of summarize that little part is no uppercase and hyphens for spaces. All right, cool. Pretty cool. So now that we have that out of the way, wasn't too bad. What I'm going to show you now is how to use everything else, which I'm sure you're probably familiar with using Leadpage's page builder, but I kind of want to go through a couple things because in this template we have an in-house development team, an in-house design team, and we added a control panel here, which makes it a lot easier for you to create a template of your dreams, or a website, a full-on website of your dreams. So here's a drag and drop. So basically what you do here is you drag each of these sections wherever you want them. So as you can see, I moved the menu bar beneath the header. So it's right there. And then the header, if you click on each section, if there's ability to sort it or drag and drop it, then there'll be elements inside that you can also sort. So if I click column 1 and I put it beneath column 2, you can see that it moves this section from column 1 to column 2. So that's pretty cool. And then we'll go back to the drag and drop, and you click on it to expand, click on it to close. We'll go to section 1. So section 1 you can see is right here, and whatever you hover over is grayed out in the background right here. So section 1, we'll click on it. Here's row 1 and row 1, row 2. So I want row 2 to come above row 1. Boom! There you go. So that's pretty sweet. Here's feature 1. You can do the same thing. Section 2, we have row 1, row 2. We can move those around. Feature 2 is again the columns, where we can move it over if for some reason you like it better like that. Section 3, we have row 1, row 2. You can change them around. And then since this is in the welcome page, we don't have all of these sections in here. We have them hidden. You can skip down to social. You can see it kind of gets blacked out. And we can move around all of these icons: Facebook, Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn. It's pretty neat. Footer 1, it has 4 columns. We can move around these locations. Pretty cool. And then footer 2, you can move around that also. So that's kind of the simplicity of the drag and drop. It just makes it so much easier to build and customize your template. But the best thing, I think one of the best things about this control panel is the background and the images. So what we have here is hand-picked images that are high res and awesome. I think what people don't realize about designing your website is that images are huge. Finding the right images, high quality images, it pretty much sets the design and the tone for your website. And you can go from looking professional with awesome images to not professional with the exact same template but shitty low-res images. So that's why we kind of gave you this, because we want you to make the most out of these templates that we're providing you. So how you use this is if you click on header, we can change the background. We also have parallax, which is cool. We'll turn that on. So what I'm going to show you is if we maybe say we want this to be our header background, this cow right there, which is awesome. So as I scroll, it's parallax. If I turn it off, you can see it's a stagnant website. But if I turn it back on and then we have this overlay opacity, and if I turn this to halfway, 0.5, you can see that it puts a dark layer over the image. So what this is really useful for is when you have lighter text, it helps provide more contrast to help pop that text. So that's pretty cool. And then also we have texture. So we can do the exact same thing, but with texture background. So say we want it to be that background. We just click on that, maybe even turn up the opacity, set it to wherever you like it. This is parallax. We can have it not be parallax, whatever you want. Same thing for video. We have videos here. So here's a biker. We can put a video in the background. That's so neat. Like, I don't think people realize how much time it takes to kind of do all this stuff on your own if you didn't have such an easy page builder and control panel that is only specific to our templates. There's a video, and then we have a colored background right here. So that's the ins and outs of the background control panel section. Okay, and then what we have is we have animations. So this is awesome. This will make your website look beyond. You definitely didn't pay just like barely anything for this. It'll look like you paid like thousands, hundreds, no, I mean more than hundreds. It'll look like you paid a couple grand, like $5 to $10 grand for this site, and you're getting it for dollars, which is insane. Okay, so if we go to the header and we click column 1, that would be this, and we have all of these different animations to choose from for how we want to show it. So we'll click wobble. So you can see up here, by choosing pulse or bounce, it animates that specific element. So we'll keep that, and then we'll move on to the next section. We'll go to section 1. So here we have section 1, and under section 1 we can select the element to animate. We have row 1 and row 2. Here's row 1. So let's say we want row 1 to bounce in up. So since we dragged and dropped them, that's why it looks like row 2, because usually it's up there. So then we click row 2. We want this to flip and Y. Pretty cool. So as you can see, you just go through each of these sections, and then you select the element to animate, and then you go through these animations and pick whichever one you like best. So that's awesome. But one thing that you have to be aware of is when you use the animations, you have to make sure to save them, because save the template right here, because if you don't, then you'll lose your animations, and then you have to kind of go back through, and that's super annoying. Okay, and then template how-to, this is where you can find the video and go through this whole thing again, and which you might need to go over the creating the multi-page website. All right, cool. So now we have that. What I want to show you is how to upload your own image to this background. So this is menu bar, so we'll go to header. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand the custom background. I'm going to hide this background, and then I'm going to select the to the right of the eyeball on the image, and I'm going to go to image options, and I'm going to select one of these images. Say you have your own image uploaded right here, you would just go click upload new image and select it off your computer. But I'm going to use one we already have in the library. I'm going to select that, and I'm going to say done. There you go. That's how you upload your own image for the background if you don't like any of ours, or you just have very specific, this is what I want. Pretty cool. So that's how you do it. I'll go over it again. We'll do it in a different section. We'll do it in section 1. Here's section 1. So you hide the background, expand the custom background, click to the right of the eyeball on the image, go to image options, select your background image, and click done. There you go. That's a custom background image. Pretty neat. Okay, so now what I want to show you is how to change the background colors if these background colors don't offer you the amount that you want. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to go to the header, expand it. I'm going to hide the background, which was already hidden from before, and I'm going to hide the custom background. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into styles. I'm going to go to header background right here, and I'm going to select this, and this will give us all of the different colors to choose from. So this gives us the whole shebang. So we're going to go with purple. So that's what you do for each of the backgrounds on each of the sections if you want more options of color backgrounds. So let's do it for section 1 again, just to kind of reiterate. So we hide the background, hide the custom background. This is section 1. Then we go to styles. We go to section 1 background, right underneath header background. Click on it, and we select the color that we want to be the background. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Okay, so that's what you do. You'd go through each section and customize it as you want. Now I'm going to show you how to change these colors, which I know there's multiple ways. You can kind of drag and drop like this and then select the color right up here, which is pretty neat, but we created a simpler ability. So if you go to the styles and you click link color, we'll make this purple. So I put the link color to purple, so that changes all the links to purple. If we go back down here, you can see this is a link, this is purple. So that's kind of like a universal purple link color. So button font color. So this is a button, book a reservation. We want to change that font color. All you do is go here, select this, pick whatever you'd like. We have pink, and it changed the button font color to pink, and it changes all the button font colors to pink. Pink, pink, pink. So you don't have to go through each one. Okay, accent color. So usually when you design, you have like a couple different colors, but one color is your accent color or your main color. So here's the accent color is usually like buttons and kind of the little things. So here is where you can change the accent color. So here you see, like, let's make it white. So we have a white, or no, let's make it blue. We have a blue accent color that changes all the buttons to blue. It's pretty neat, like, so you don't have to worry about any of that different stuff. One thing about the button font color is if you change this to that pink, it also changes well, if you change the link color, not the button font color, but if you change the link color, it also changes the link colors of these social icons, which is kind of cool, because these are links. And then if you want to change that from that yellow to a different color, you go to the social widget background right here, and you can change this color too. So that's cool. Cool. Now we did accent color. Let's go to headline background. So what the headline background are these things right here. So let's click headline background. Let's make it red. So that will change each of the headline backgrounds in each of the features and headline sections. Reservation widget. So if we go back here to the reservations page, this is the reservations widget. So you can change this widget right here. Cool, and then each of these relate to all the different sections as well. So that's pretty straightforward, pretty intuitive. Trying to think what else I need to show you guys to really have you make the most out of this. I think that's about it. Yeah, so if you have any questions, just rewatch this video, and I hope you love this template. Thanks.